verse 3, David said, I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. David had concealed his sin for over 9 months and didn't come to a state of repentance until the prophet Nathan knocked on his palace door. A byproduct of repentance is being able to acknowledge the faults that we have hidden. That word acknowledge means to become acquainted with yourself. Sometimes the hardest person to get to know is you. The ugliness, the things about you that you want to ignore, but need to come to the surface so that God can deal with you and God can deliver you. You can't expect healing if you're hiding the symptoms. When you go to the doctor and he says what's wrong, you tell him where it hurts. And when you come to the Lord, you have to tell him where it hurts. We have to become transparent about the hidden things in our lives. God could see it all the time. He could see David's situation all the time. Prior to repentance, we're indifferent. We act like the sin isn't even there. But after repentance, it's all we can think about. The fact that we have been outside of God's grace and mercy. Are you ready to get to know yourself? That's what that word means. Acknowledge. To become acquainted with yourself. David told God, I have become acquainted with myself. I see myself now. I see the sin in my life that I had previously ignored, that I had previously hidden, that I had previously denied. There's something healing, something relieving, something miraculous about getting to know yourself. Because when we can come clean with God, when we become transparent with God, then he can do a miraculous work in our life. David said, my sin is ever before me. Do you remember when you were a little child and you had done something wrong and you were anticipating your parents coming home to find out that you had done something that you knew was going to get you in a lot of trouble? That's the only thing you could think about all day long until the imminent return of your parents came. And that's what David was saying when he said, my sin is ever before me. He wasn't sure where he stood with God after transgressing and after putting his sins on the table. And you may not be sure where you stand with God either. But I'm here to tell you, we serve a God that is merciful. We serve a God that is gracious. We serve a God that is loving. We serve a God that is not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to a state of repentance.